Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Now at 10, a weather watch alert for snow moving through right now. The latest timeline and potential impact on the Monday morning commute.
And gone but not forgotten, a community coming together to remember the life and legacy of a mother taken far too soon, how she was celebrated and their call to action tonight. Plus, a World War II veteran celebrating his 104th birthday, who came out for the big day, and his secret to living such a long life. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. We begin tonight with a weather watch alert. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. Snow continuing to move across the state tonight. Some areas getting hit harder than others, but we are definitely seeing plowable snow, and you might have even heard the plow trucks pass through your neighborhood, keeping everyone safe on the roads. We have team coverage tonight with meteorologist Brian Breton, who's been keeping an eye on the snow, and Fox 61's Tony Black is in the storm tracker getting a feel of the current road conditions. But first, we want to start with meteorologist Ryan Breton. Ryan, the snow's been falling for several hours now. Is it still going strong?
It is in some places, Carmen. We're starting to get toward the end of this event, but in some places, snow totals have been impressive. This was a couple of hours ago and 5.5 inches on the ground in New Hartford. You can see a little earlier on, the radar was more consistent with the snow. Now it's starting to lighten up and become a little bit more patchy, and you can already see the back edge to the west. So we don't have too much longer to go, but there still are some bursts of snow out there. Right now, the heaviest of them coming through parts of northwest Connecticut, headed out of Litchfield County into Canton and Avon, with a little burst of snow right around 44. In southeast Connecticut, it's been a little warmer right at the shore. Had a report in Clinton right off 95 that there was just a little coating of snow there, even though just inland on the other side of 95, it has been colder, and that's where the snow has been able to accumulate a little bit more efficiently. Here's a look at the visibility. The lower the visibility, the steadier the snow that's coming down. So at Windsor Locks, a half mile, that's moderate snow. So there are still some patches of snow that you'll get into if you're out there tonight where it does come down heavily. Importantly, the temperatures are all below freezing in almost all of the state except Groton. We're down in the 20s in most of interior Connecticut, so it is slippery out there. It's slow going, especially on any roads that haven't been treated. But by 3 o'clock in the morning, this is just about done, and by 6 o'clock in the morning, it is cold, but there won't be any more snow falling from the sky. So this is where total should end up, 2 to 4 inches for most of us inland, 4 to 6 inches of snow up in the hills. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 7 a.m., as is the weather watch alert. But the good news is the worst of this will be over well before tomorrow morning's commute, and conditions will actually be improving by the time most people head out the door in the morning. But that said, there probably will still be some school delays in the morning, and one place where that may happen is in Torrington, one of the jackpots so far, and that's where we find Fox 61's Tony Black right now. Hi, Tony.
Hey Ryan, definitely slippery, very snow-covered roads out here in Torrington. I want to give you guys a look. We're on Route 8 heading north here in Torrington, and I will say that the highways, Route 8 where we are, definitely a lot better in terms of the coverage right now. We were in the city itself, in the roads in Torrington, and also, you know, neighborhood streets, roads like that definitely had not been plowed just yet. So a couple inches of snow accumulating on those roads there in the city and surrounding areas. But here on Route 8 in Torrington going north, definitely better taken care of. But you can still see in this angle that we're showing you right now kind of the height difference in terms of the snow that's just been plowed off to our right versus the snow that's actually on the road itself. Still very wet, very slow. A lot of people taking it slow when we were coming into Torrington and also just driving throughout the city today. People have definitely been giving themselves extra time. We saw a lot of cars sort of slipping around if they were making the turns, tires spinning out as they were trying to accelerate as those inches of snow piled up on the roads here in Torrington and surrounding areas. So people definitely giving themselves some time. We have seen crews out in they probably started shortly after 6 o'clock here, probably just giving it a little bit of time for that snow to accumulate before they went out and cleared for the first time, but we've definitely seen them on the roads since then, hitting main roads, different areas like that. And as you mentioned, Ryan, you know, we are seeing a couple school delays for tomorrow, nothing major, but there's definitely some parents we talked to here in Torrington that are hoping school is completely called off tomorrow. What do you think of the snow? You like it both? What are you? How are you feeling as it's coming down here in Torrington?
I'm hoping that there's going to be school tomorrow.
I hope there isn't. I hope
there isn't.
How have the roads been?
It's very slippery out. It's very slippery. I have four-wheel drive, so I'm good.
Spinning like crazy.
You heard it there. He doesn't want school, the mom wants school. I feel like that's a definition of winter here in New England. Again, no drastic school delays tomorrow, no cancellations that we've seen so far. Of course, those parking bans are in effect, so you're going to want to check out Fox 61 and also our website and our app for those updates as they come throughout the night. Also, our morning team. That's for parking bans and also any possible school delays or cancellations. Luckily, no major accidents reported across Connecticut, just a handful here and there, but nothing really drastic. Just one last look for you guys here on Route 8 in Torrington as we're going north. Roads pretty well. They're being taken care of. Neighborhood streets, stuff like that. Those are definitely going to need a little bit more care. Give your crews a couple hours more there as they try to tackle these main roads. But definitely stick with us throughout the night here and also the morning show as we bring you updates as the snow falls. Live into the storm tracker in Torrington, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
Yep, slippery travel for sure, Tony. Be safe on the roads. Thank you. And as the snow keeps coming down, consider downloading the Fox 61 News app. And there we have minute-to-minute updates that can help keep your family safe and warm as winter weather ramps up in Connecticut. Be sure to send us pictures and videos of weather conditions near you so we can keep everyone aware of what to expect outside. Nearly a week since her tragic murder, friends, family, and the Milford community is coming together to remember Julie Minogue. People gathered to honor her life and legacy earlier today at Lisbon Landing. It was organized by Minogue's former co-workers at Connecticut Coastal OBGYN, who handed out purple ribbons representing domestic violence awareness. Minogue died Tuesday night inside her Salem walk home. The father of her 3-year-old son, Ewan DeWitt, has been charged with murder and is being held on $5 million bond. An investigation is still underway tonight in New London after a car crash on Ocean Avenue that has left one person in critical condition. Police confirming it happened just after 2 a.m. this morning. You can see that car smashed up in large pieces of debris all over the road. Police say one person was trapped in the car, extricated, and taken to the hospital. And new tonight, a farm stand in Bolton teaming up with local churches to make sure everyone has a happy holiday season this year. Lindale Farm Stand has been working hard every weekend in December, gathering unwrapped toys and non-perishable food items. The owner of the stand says it's all about giving back to the community.
We really want to get the food up there. Toys seem to have gone pretty well, but the food I want to get up there for this time of year especially. We're taking donations every single day until a couple of days before the holiday. This is a stand that's been open all year round, and we want to give back to the community here in town of Bolton.
And if you're still looking to donate, the farm stand is open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. If you come on Saturday with the kids, you might even get a chance to meet Santa Claus himself. And turning to Middletown, one veteran marked a huge milestone in his life. Meet John Cyrulak. He served in World War II and just turned 104 years old today. He celebrated an event his friends, family, and some local politicians at the Middletown Fire Department. He says the key to living a long life is hard work.
A lot of hard work all life. You have to work hard to be this way here. Yeah, we worked hard all our lives, yeah. It means a lot to see everybody like this and never expect this.
That's a good motto to have. Cyrulak is one of 10 children and was born and raised in Middletown. The firehouse is a special place for him, having worked there with his family for decades. After 43 years, the longtime race director of the Manchester Road Race has retired. A party was held for him yesterday in Bolton to celebrate all the good work that he has done. 78 years old, James Balcom has led the race since 1979. He famously announces the line, "This is Thanksgiving in Manchester," every time the starter's gun goes off at the race. Several years ago, Balcom was voted the top road race director in the nation by his peers. He and his wife told Fox 61 what's next in their journey now that he's closed this chapter in his life.
Well, we have a home in Florida, and our anticipation is that in January we're going down to our home, and gosh only knows when we're coming back. Whether I'm here for next year's race or not, I don't know. But if I'm here, it'll be as a spectator, probably a very close spectator. This race will never be far from my heart.
He's a perfectionist. He's a hard worker. And I'm just so proud of him for doing what he's done with this race.
Manchester Mayor Jim Moran dedicated a proclamation to Belcom at the party, thanking him for his hard work after all of these years.
But what really keeps you involved as an elected official is the great people you meet along the way. And one of the greatest individuals I've met in my political career and being an elected official in Manchester is my good friend, Jim Belcom.
Well, NASA's Artemis 1 mission concluded today as the Orion spacecraft returned to Earth. The trip to space marks the first step in the plan to send humans back to the moon over the next several years. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro explains how Connecticut played a role in the Artemis 1 mission.
The Artemis 1 mission is coming to an end after nearly a month in space. This mission is meant to pave the way for future astronaut missions. No one was on board this debut flight, which made a trip around the moon. The point of this mission, to study how the Orion spacecraft performs thousands of miles beyond. And the ultimate goal is to establish a long-term presence on the moon for scientific discovery and economic development.
This is a new system. We haven't flown a system like this since Apollo, really, that's capable of reaching the moon. So it's a brand new rocket, a new crew capsule that we're testing, and we needed to make sure that the entire system works before we put people aboard.
And Connecticut has a reason to celebrate this groundbreaking mission, as 44 companies in our state are supplying NASA with products for the Artemis expedition.
So those companies all contributed to this mission over the last many years that it's been in development. And those companies, right, they're supplied by the engineers and the workforce here in Connecticut. Here at the University of Hartford, we've got the only aerospace engineering program in the state.
NASA hopes to send astronauts to the moon in 2025, including the first woman and the first person of color. And ultimately, NASA hopes to establish a base on the moon and send astronauts to Mars by the late 2030s or early 2040s. Reporting in the studio, Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61 News.
Angelo, thank you.